Hello. So today on Education Today with for CRT, we have Farrington School with us. And here we have head teacher, Mr. David Jackson. We have the head of boarding, Mr. Sam Palacios. And we also have Mrs. Fiona Vale from Farrington School. Okay. I'm just going to jump straight in and ask you to introduce yourselves and and then we can take it from there.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Yemi. I'll kick off. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is David Jackson. I'm, as Yemi said, head at Farrington School. This is my 5th year at Farringtons. I've been involved in schools for over 25 years now. I was a boarder myself at school and very much enjoyed that. Was a housemaster in a boarding school for 6 years, then a deputy head, and then a head at Farringtons since 2020. So that's me. I'm looking forward to telling you more about Farringtons in a moment, but I'll let Sam introduce himself properly as well. Sam.
Yes, hello, I'm Sam Palacios. I'm the head of boarding at Farrington School. I've been here for just over a year now. Before that, I was a boarding housemaster for 8 years. And in that time, actually worked a lot with Nigerian families and always found Nigerian students really, really hardworking, really engaged. So I joined Farringtons because of its amazing pastoral care reputation, for the diversity in the school, for its unique location, which I'm sure David will talk to you about a little bit later. But I'm really excited to be here. And I should probably mention that I did come to Lagos and Abuja last year. Really enjoyed it, loved meeting people, loved the food, I had such a great time, and I can't wait to come back again this March.
Hello, my name's Fiona Vale and I'm the boarding registrar at Farringtons. So I'm looking forward to hopefully meeting some of you and receiving applications. And I also deal with all the visa inquiries. So if you ever need any assistance with that, I'm there to help as well. Fantastic. And I've been at Farringtons a long time. So there you go.
Thank you so much. So I'm going to ask this question that what are the unique selling points? So if a Nigerian family was considering Farrington School, what are the unique selling points? I know we have an excellent student, a Nigerian student who's currently at Farringtons, but for those other families that haven't experienced Farrington School yet, what would you say are the unique aspects of the school that Nigerian family and students should know?
Well, let me start there, and I'll leave Sam to ponder that question for a moment. I think there are a number of unique selling points. I mean, certainly Sam mentioned the fact that we are considered to be extremely strong pastorally as a school. I think we know the pupils incredibly well at the school. And as a consequence, it means that they learn and develop really, really well as a consequence, not just academically, but in a personal way. And we place great emphasis on the extracurricular side of school life in particular. I think an area that we have enjoyed real success in recent times is our football program, both for boys and for girls, which is incredibly strong. Our first team is unbeaten again for the 3rd year running this year, having been Kent champions last year. So that's great news. Our under 15 girls are into the quarterfinal of 2 national tournaments currently. So we're loving the success that comes with that. We're a school which is part of the Methodist Independent Schools Trust group of schools. So we're a school with a strong Christian ethos. And I know that will be something of great importance to a good number of our Nigerian families. For whom that is very much something they're looking for in terms of the values that underpin our day-to-day life. Chapel is a beautiful building and lies very much at the heart of our school, not just geographically, but also in terms of our ethos. I think another thing which is particular to Farringtons, which will, I think, appeal to not just to Nigerian families, but to our international boarding families generally, is our location. We are 10 miles from the centre of London by train, so just 25 minutes into London Bridge. And yet, if you were to go onto our website to look at our video, to look at our campus, you would never believe that we were that close to London. Yeah, I mean, I know you've been to the schools, they can vouch for that.
I can attest to that, yes.
Yeah, it's a very green, it's a very open campus. So we almost feel like we've got the best of both worlds, I think. Almost a sort of village location on the end, on the edge of, a major capital city, and yet so much on our doorstep for the boarders in particular to really make the most of. And I'm sure Sam at some point during this will talk a little bit about our very vibrant activities and trips program that we have at the weekends for our boarders. So those are three immediate things that spring to mind. Our Floreat program is our extracurricular program that has been an award winning program, which we're really proud of. We introduced that 4 years ago now, and it's something that parents really love, not least because it's not a tag on at the end of the day. It's built into the working week, and it means that pupils can do a whole range of different activities from scuba diving to beekeeping, podcasting to Law Society, a whole range of different activities, and some of which have then resulted in them going on school trips. So we had our first scuba diving trip to Egypt last summer. So that's a really lovely part of our school day. And I suppose our final thing I would probably highlight, Yemi, is the quality of our careers program, which for the second year running has awarded we're a finalist in the Independent School of the Year Awards for the quality of our careers program. So the support we give to our pupils in terms of life beyond Farringtons, not just whilst they're here, but we're looking at what they go on to do, whether that's going on to Russell Group universities or going off to do an apprenticeship at a high-profile bank like Deutsche Bank, as our head girl did just recently. We're very much not just a school that thinks about the time that they're with us, but making sure that they're really prepared for life beyond Farringtons. So those are a few things to answer your question.
Fantastic. And just to add in there, I have honey that was produced from Farrington School. I have the honey. I still remember the last time.
The little jar, yeah.
And I have the jar of honey that was from the school. Really amazing, and a beautiful campus, lovely school. You would not believe that that kind of school was in that place, so close to London, but really out of London at the same time. Really beautiful. Okay, so what I'm going to ask next is, can you share anything about scholarships? Are there any scholarships that are available for Nigerian families? Because at the moment, a lot of families are interested in asking the question about scholarships. So what does Farrington School have for Nigerian families?
I'll pick that one up as well, if I may, Yemi. The quick answer to your question is yes, we do. We are keen to talk to families for whom a scholarship may well be something they would aspire to for their son or daughter. So we have a range of scholarships, typically ranging from 20 to 50% in terms of discount. Academic scholarships, first of all, for pupils who are consistently performing at a high level, who show real intellectual curiosity, real drive, obviously, and come with good reports from their current schools. But equally, we have a good number of sports scholars within the school, those who are particularly strong in the performing and creative arts as well. So we have a range of scholarships available, and we very much take each pupil applying for a scholarship on a case-by-case basis. So certainly that's something I know Sam will be very happy to talk further to parents about in March when he comes out to visit.
Okay, so parents in Nigeria, you have that. When you come on the 29th of March, 2025 to the Education Expo in London, Mr. Sam Palacios will be there to speak to you about this scholarship. I'm going to ask Sam, what is there about extracurricular or co-curricular activities that stands out at Farrington School? And how does that support students' personal growth and development?
Absolutely. Well, this is another one of the reasons why I chose to come to Farrington. So I must probably declare at this point that my own children also go to Farrington. So we very much moved in as a family. I mentioned the pastoral care, but actually the Floreat program, as David mentioned, is really quite enriching, really quite amazing. It sort of follows that belief that learning should go far beyond the classroom. Classroom's really important. We're obviously very academically ambitious for our students, but I teach a Floriat course. I teach outdoor cooking, and we're doing it all year round, even in January in the UK, which is great fun. We're cooking paella and pizza. We should probably do some kind of Nigerian recipe soon, maybe some suya or something like that.
Oh, suya would be wonderful.
But the other thing that's really amazing, extracurricular-wise, but linked very much to boarding, is our weekend program. So not many independent schools, as far as I know, offer a trip every single Saturday for their boarders. And I think this is something that we really want to take advantage of our location. We have so much on our doorstep, whether it's the busy, vibrant, really exciting city of London, or if it's the sort of green, leafy suburbs, or going sort of deeper into Kent, where there's beautiful countryside. So we have a trip every Saturday. Some of them are very flexible, and students can kind of opt in and opt out. And then every now and then we have one that's a bit more, compulsory. We go with all the boarders as a community. And quite often, as you said, there's some real learning in that. For example, going somewhere like Leeds Castle, which is just one of the most stunning English heritage sites, in the whole country, and learning a bit about the history of England, and sort of looking at the beautiful grounds and all those things. But recent trips have included, and you'll see if you look at our boarding video on the website, a wonderful trip into London, going on the London Eye, having a Thames River tour, going to see West End shows. So last term was Mrs. Doubtfire. We've been go-karting, paintballing. We go to the cinema every few weeks. And actually this Saturday just gone, the students went to see the very famous Chislehurst Caves, which is a really incredible site where people like the Rolling Stones and David Bowie recorded in the caves because of the acoustics. So we are absolutely spoilt for choice in terms of what we can do with boarders. And if I could just also finish by saying another thing which ties into this, which I find really great about this school, is the pupil voice. So the boarders tell us where they want to go, and we try and accommodate that. We don't always completely go for, let's do that this Saturday. But at some point, if they want to go, for example, to the beach in the summer, we arrange that. No problem at all. So there's an awful lot of experiential learning and engagement that happens far beyond the classroom.
Fantastic. And I'm just going to let Fiona say something about visa applications and the kind of support that you offer families when they're applying. You mentioned earlier that there was support if it was needed.
Yes, absolutely. I think once a parent has decided to send their child here, we'll offer all the support that we can. So we would issue what's called a CAS number so that they can make their visa application, and we would provide any paperwork that was needed as well. But also sometimes it's just not knowing, helping with the process so they know what order to do things. So we'll offer whatever support and help we can, yes.
So you heard it here, Lagos, that Farrington School is not only academic, they also offer extracurricular and co-curricular activities and even supercurricular activities. They think about the whole student, so they're not just looking at you being just an academic hothouse, kind of thing. They're thinking also about your experience. They're talking about experiential learning, which is awesome. And I'm not just saying all this because I think, Farrington School, we have students there who tried and tested, still there, still happy and going on. Okay, now can you call to action Nigerian families to attend and meet you at the event on the 29th in Lagos, Nigeria?
Yeah, perhaps that should be me. Absolutely. So I'm mindful that some of the families I met last year may even watch this video. So if that's you and you really were interested, we'll be writing to you anyway to say, that I'm coming back. Please do come to the events. Farringtons has everything to offer your children. I think we're particularly set up very, very well for what Nigerian families value and for what they're looking for. And I'd be absolutely delighted to meet as many of you as possible in Lagos. I absolutely love coming to Nigeria. I can't wait. And please do come for a conversation.
Hey, so you heard it, parents. come out on the 29th of March 2025 to the Lagos Continental Hotel, and you will meet Mr. Sam Palacios, the head of boarding from Farrington School, the UK. And